What a wild launch it has been for Lords of the Fallen frame rates. It's just been insane. I've seen some clips out there from the Xbox version. They're out in the wild, and we got things like this going on. Just straight up broken bosses, broken game, and we were right to be worried about that version. The red flags were there, and it was correct. The game is just not looking good on Xbox. But I did hop on PC for a couple of hours, and we're going to talk about it because it is night and day on PC compared to PS5. And as of right now, I think I had like maybe almost 10 hours on PS5. We were kind of approaching that. And it was honestly not that enjoyable because of the frame rates and the performance and how it just flat out looked washed and blurry at times, and the colors just didn't look good. And I was going to save that opinion for a first impressions or possibly a review in the future once I'm done. But I'm going to say it now because now that I'm looking at PC and seeing the colors vibrant like this, it's just a huge difference. And I know that doesn't come as a surprise to say that, yeah, PC looks better, because that's typically the case across the board with many games. But the drastic difference that I'm seeing is just something I can't ignore. I just cannot ignore it, and we gotta talk about it, okay? Just so you know, I'm on a 4070 and a Ryzen 5 3600. That's what I have in my PC. And usually games look pretty damn decent for me. Before my 4070, I had a 1080 Ti, and I rarely had big issues with games looking nice. So for me, this isn't really a surprise to see it look better, but again, it's just the drastic difference in what I play and what I feel as I'm playing the game. And don't get me wrong, PC is not perfect over here. I've had a couple issues. I'm going to show you some of them. There was one where I was in a cutscene for a boss, and it told me my controller was disconnected. It just kept showing that, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. Let me unplug it, plug it back in, and it fixed itself, but it had this really kind of blurry effect as this was happening, so that was odd. Then at the beginning of the game, when I first started with my character creation, it looked awful. The frames were going crazy, so I just kept thinking, okay, once I'm in the game, I'm gonna change my settings, right? I go into the game, I turn off DLSS, and that seemed to fix it. But it's funny because later on I was messing with the settings a bit more, and I turned it back on just to see if it would do anything different. And it was fine after that with it being on again. So I don't know what happened there. There's also some pop-ins in the game. That's definitely happening. A lot of pop-ins. But I feel like it's a bit more forgivable just because of the fact that the rest of the game feels much smoother and like a cleaner experience. Like it just looks cleaner. I mean, look at this. Compared to the PS5 where I felt it looked really washed, and like the brightness and the contrast and everything just looked off to me. I even had the experience of when I first booted the game on PS5 where I had to adjust my brightness a lot. Like I really had to go in there and calibrate. I had to fix settings on my monitor, which is something I've never had to do for any PS5 game ever. And so I did all of that. And again, I was going to save this information for like a review. But now that I'm in PC and I'm playing it here, I had to do none of that. I didn't have to adjust any brightness. I didn't have to adjust anything on my monitor. Everything looked clean and the colors were vibrant. It looked lively. It looked like there's a contrast in here. There's light. I can see. And the PS5 just had me scratching my head like, what is going on? Is it my monitor? Is it my PS5? Like, what? Is it me? Is it my eyes? Do I need to go get new glasses? Like, what's going on? So big difference here, you guys. Like, it's an absolute crime what happened with the console versions of this game. Both on Xbox with what we're seeing in the wild, all these weird clips of bosses just completely glitched and the game unplayable and looking crazy. And then PS5 and my experience on that, even after the patches, it comes nowhere close to what I'm seeing on PC. And with PC still not perfect, and yeah, it has issues, it's still the clear way to play this game. I absolutely believe you should not play this game on console. Avoid it at all costs right now. Wait for a sale, wait for stuff to happen and for it to get better. But if you're gonna play it on PC. And hopefully your rig and everything you got going on will support that decision, and it'll look decent for you guys and look like this at least, you know? So it's been wild. What a day. I'm gonna do another video where I'm gonna show a boss fight side by side. I'm gonna do some comparisons with like the PS5 version and the PC version, just so you guys can see what's going on. Because even as I was fighting the bosses again on PC, the ones I seen already, I was thinking back to PS5 and how different it was and how much of a improvement I felt playing it on PC. It felt more lively. It felt more epic in some ways, and like, oh, this is the experience it's intended to be. Even though it's not perfect, it's getting there, you know, like it's getting closer. With PS5, it just felt like low budget, washed, just not ready and unpolished. It's really bad. It's really bad on console. And I can confirm this now. I am confident enough to say that because of what I've already seen. And it's just, it's clear as day. Avoid this on console. Avoid it. Anyways, that's my update with the PC version. I'm not the most technical person. I'm not the one to go to about like PC issues, and I'm not that girl. I just play games and I see what I see, and if it feels bad, it feels bad. Like, I'm gonna tell you guys. And that's just me. I'm kind of casual when it comes to specs and technical issues and all of that. But I hope that my videos are still informative for you guys, especially for those who are kind of like me and just don't really know all of the tidbits and the technical information, but you see with your eyes, and as a gamer, you feel it in your hands. And if it feels good, then man, it feels good. But if it feels bad and it looks bad, we got to say something. And I think we could all agree that there's a clear difference between these two. So anyways, that's my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I will catch you in my next one. All right, bye.